friends, Susan Campfield here with SueStampfield.com. Welcome to my stamp room. Come on in. We're going to create together. I'm excited that you're here. Happy Tuesday. I've been enjoying looking at the chat here, and I just love that how you've all formed a community here on YouTube or over on Facebook. A lot of community here happening here on YouTube where you've made friends in our chat here, and I just think that just warms my heart. So thank you. And thank you for making and sending handmade cards. You are absolutely making the world a kinder place with every card that you send. So thank you for all your efforts in getting out those paper hugs, right? So glad that you're here tonight. We're going to make a card together. Wow, what a shocker, right? This is my new craft room. If you've not joined a video, it's still very much under construction. I will absolutely do a video tour when everything is in place, but we are not there yet. So still things all over my house, but making progress slow and sure. Crafternoon was this past Saturday. So Crafternoon is my monthly class. If you place a $50 order in August, then in September, you'll get a packet to make a special card with me on the Crafternoon video. You'll also get a tutorial, a very detailed tutorial afterwards with step-by-step instructions on how to make all the versions of the Fun Fold card that I show. Our Fun Fold card on Saturday was the Charming Channel pop-up card. Cards, there were 6 of them in various designs. The tutorial is so close. I'm almost there. So thank you for your patience with that. It will be out very soon. I'm not gonna commit to a date or time because there is just a whole lot going on here in Sue Stampfield land besides then. So so good to see you all. Yay, let's craft together. We're gonna make an autumn card. It is not feeling very autumn here in Minnesota. The last couple days we've had some dangerous heat warnings and some nasty storms overnight. I was seeing in the comments that some of you are experiencing storms as well. Hope that you are all staying well. The Minnesota State Fair actually had a late start today because of all the damage from the storms, which is very unusual. I don't recall that ever happening before. I'm sure it probably has, but I don't recall that happening. So, but we're safe, we're here, ready to craft, we're ready to make fun things, right? So let's go ahead and dive right in. We're gonna make an autumn card tonight, even though it's not very autumn yet. It's coming. And September is next week. Can you believe it? Next week. I did want to remind you, I do send free project sheets. Also, when the Crafternoon goes up, there'll be a blog post. So if you want to subscribe to those, you can go to SueStampfield.com and click on subscribe. I'm overdue on getting out a project sheet. So if you have been patiently or not so patiently waiting, hang in there. It's coming. It's coming. As soon as I get some breathing space, you'll be getting a project sheet. So we'll get one out before the end of August. Yes, I will. I can do it. And then next week, the mini catalog starts for Stampin' Up. They also released today a scrapbooking line that there's a digital brochure, and I will send that out in the newsletter for you to check out. And those products will also be available on September 4th. Now, of course, scrapbooking products do not have to be used for scrapbooking. They can be used for card making or scrapbooking, right? So, all right, let's go ahead and get some stuff made. Woohoo! I can do it, Arlene. Yay, I know I can. All right, so let's go. Well, the buttons here. All the buttons. Okay, that's the button I wanted. Yay! Desktop. Okay, now we're in business. This is actually this is going to be my computer desk. It used to be my computer desk. It is filling in temporarily as my stamping desk, but that is just a temporary thing. So you're not ready for fall? Oh, Shirley, I love fall. That's like my favorite time of year. So I actually kind of like winter too. I hate to say it because I know other people are not fans. But this is the Autumn Expressions bundle. Oh, Susan, you did not grab the paper. All right, hold on, friends. I got to grab the paper. It's right over here. I know where it is, at least. That's okay. We found it. Take a sip, everyone. So I am a messy stamper and I lose things all the time. And when I find it again, we all say found it, and we take a sip of our beverage. So let me know what is in your cup. I've got ice water. Can you hear that? My go-to is ice water. Fall's your favorite season, Mickey. Oh, I know, right? It's just the best. Lisa agrees. Arlene's got water. Woohoo! So this is the, now I have to look because I keep messing up the name of this paper, you guys, and I guarantee you I'm going to mess it up tonight. It is called Splendid Autumn. It is not called Autumn Splendor, but I keep calling it that. I don't know why. It is called Splendid Autumn. And then the bundle is not called Expressions of Autumn, which I've also been calling it. It's called Autumn Expressions. Let's hope I can get it straight. So this is the bundle. This is the paper. This is what we're doing tonight. We're going to make a card. And I'd love to have you guys help me make the card, right? So I designed this card for a swap. And I used a variety of patterns for the swap because I didn't have enough of one pattern. I only have one pack of the paper. And so I used multiple designs. You can see this was one, one that I cut in half. So this card does use, I don't have any more. So some of these are just halvesies. So these are halves. So I want you guys to tell me which one we're doing tonight. All right. Which one we're going to use for our card. So this is too many choices, Susan. It is a lot of choices. Golly. Okay. So maybe I can help eliminate one. Let's take this one out of the mix. All right. Same paper. It's just a different half of it. All right. So let's go with these 4. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let me know which one you think we should do for our card. So number 1, we got this beautiful autumn tree with, which I think we used in a, did we use this one? No, we haven't used this one yet. Beautiful autumn tree. This one is more of scenery. So we've got lots of sky. We're going to be cutting this down. So we're going to cut some of that sky off, and we have a big label, but this one has a beautiful scene. And then this one has, it's a field of wheat. And then this one is another beautiful scene with a field of flowers actually there, but they're kind of in autumn colors. So let me know 1, 2, 3, or 4. What are we doing tonight? Round and round and round we go. So Linda says 2 or 4. Mary says 2. I'm scrolling back to see if I see any standouts here. I am seeing a lot of votes for 1 and a lot of votes for 4. I mean, I'm seeing votes for all of them, of course. There's a smatterings of 2s and 3s, but looks like the majority. And I'm also seeing people on Facebook voting. Hey, Facebook friends. And also here on YouTube. So either one. So 1 or 4. All right, we're going to pull those away. Now, don't worry, because like I said, I made all 4 of these designs for the swap. And I made some extra cards. So I'll be able to show you, even if the one you voted for is not the one we picked. All right, the last 4 people before Patty said, what is 3? 3 is a field of wheat. So these are watercolor paintings, or actually oil paintings, I think. So we're going to go with number 1. So we'll do number 1. But again, I did them all. So no worries. You're going to get to see them all. So we're going to go with number 1 here. That was what the majority went with. So there's also some other beautiful patterns in here. We looked at them all on a previous video. Now let's talk autumn cards and autumn rust colors. So there are 3 great colors that Stampin' Up! Has that work for autumn cards. This one is called Pecan Pie. It was new to the Stampin' Up! Line last year, so very much a brown, but still has that rust tone to it. Makes me think of fall. This one is called Copper Clay. Again, another rust tone. And this one is Cajun Craze. So you can see the difference between Copper Clay and Cajun Craze. Cajun Craze is just a lot brighter than the copper clay. And so these are really nice. Oh, Joanne says she really enjoys having the 6x6 papers. You've gotten several packs for 2 years. This card is specially designed for 6x6 papers to get the most out of the pack, because I was doing it for a swap and I only had the 1 pack. So had to do that. So these are some beautiful fall papers. Now I already know which one I'm using for this card, so you don't have to vote on this. I'm going to use copper clay for this card, but I'm going to show you a few weeks ago, maybe a week ago, I don't remember. Time has no meaning anymore. It's been a little crazy around here. On one of our videos, we made this card with another pattern of paper from the same pack. And for this one, we did use Cajun Craze. This one is a Windows E-fold card. And we made that one together, and that is the Cajun Craze. So that shows you what a Cajun Craze combo looks like. Now, why Cajun Craze? You guys voted for it, but also there is a lot of Cajun Craze in this paper. Like, it's got that same bright color, so it worked really, really well. This is copper clay. This is what we're going to use for tonight. Pecan pie I actually used for this last Crafternoon. This was one of our channel pop-out Charming Channel pop-out cards. So the front looks, like a standard card. This is the Leaf Fall 3D embossing folder, which is, I don't think in the catalog, but it is an online option to place to order, and makes beautiful backgrounds for fall. And so this one, I went with pecan pie on this one because I wanted the frame and the picture to really be the standout. I actually used copper clay ink with it, but I really wanted the photo to pop. And so that's what the brown gave me. Absolutely could have used one of the other colors as well. And then you guys ready for the charming part? Here's the Charming Channel pop out. So inside we have this channel that pops up when you open the card. You can see if I squish it flat there. And then just makes a little extra fun surprise on the inside of the card to charm the user, right? In the tutorial, just finished this one. Oh gosh, I bet it's downstairs or somewhere. It's got adhesive on it, so it sticks everywhere. I do have another option for a different greeting for the inside. The Have a Perfectly Lovely Day. I cover it both in the tutorial on how to have that be on the inside. So the photo does pop. So this part definitely pops up. Of course, you could instead flip this around and put the frame on the inside and have that be the one that pops up. Totally your choice, right? So, so that is what the pecan pie looks like for doing your fall cards. But tonight, we're going to do one in copper clay so you can see what that will look like. So I'm going to chuck this paper over here because this is the one that we want. So let's start doing some cutting. Okay, this can go away. We're done with you. We're done with you. Okay, paper trimmer. That's what I was looking for. How could I not find that? It was literally in front of my face, but I found it, friends. So take a sip of your beverage. Water. Almost put wine in my cup tonight, but no. I have a tutorial to finish. That is not a good plan. Okay, we're going to cut this cardstock at 5.5 inches. And we're going to score it at 4.25. Oh, thank you all for liking this video. I appreciate you. So we're going to score it at 4.25. There we go. Yay. So pretty much your straight up card base, right? All right, let's go ahead. Now this card is, I started out when I made this swap, I started to make one of my favorite fun fold cards. And then I cut my paper wrong. So I had to change the card, and actually I ended up liking it better. Isn't that funny how that happens sometimes? So this is the paper that you guys voted for. This is from a 6x6 piece. Where'd the other half go? Hang on. Hold the phone. All right, originally it looks like that. I cut it in half. I did use both sides for this swap. So I now have a 3x6. So this paper has 48 pieces in it. In theory, I could get whatever 48 times 2 is. I could get a lot of cards out of this one pack, right? If with this fold. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this down. Now, normally when I do this fold, and I should have dug through my samples to find, normally we've done this card where we keep this at 5.5 and we cut this shorter, and then you can see both sides of the paper inside the card. You know what though? Sometimes both sides of the paper don't match. Woo, Rosie's got margarita. Woohoo! Sometimes I don't want you to see the other side of the paper because it doesn't always match my card. And I did find that to be the case with some of these patterns. This one's not terrible. It's still kind of a fallish color, but a little brighter than what I would want to show. This one is beautiful. That would be perfect, right? This one is blue, kind of a departure from the rest of the card. And this one is also, to me, a bit of a departure with the mauve. So this time I accidentally cut it and it turned out to be just right. How many times have you accidentally cut when you were wanting to score? Oh gosh. Yeah, been there, done that. I feel ya. I feel ya. All right, so we're gonna actually cut this instead of, so I had accidentally cut it at 5 1/4. I was just spacing off and not paying attention. I meant to cut it at 5 1/2 and I cut it 5 1/4 and I thought, uh-oh, you know what? I just cut all my paper wrong and I only have the one pack. So that's okay. I'll redesign the card. So that's what we're making tonight. So we're going to cut this at 4 1/4. Oops, that's a scoring button. Oh, I guess it's okay to score it accidentally. It's not so good to cut it accidentally though, right? So this is now 3 by 5 1/4. Okay, are you with me, everyone? And this is going to go on this side of the card. Beautiful, right? And then we want an embossed panel over here. So we're going to take our leftover bit of paper here and we're going to cut this at 1 inch. This is right now it's 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. We're going to cut off 1 inch and we're going to cut that down to 5 1/4. And we're going to emboss it. Hey, Linda, so glad you could pop in. So we're going to emboss this piece. How fun is that? Before we bring in that die cutting machine, let's get our other stuff because we're also going to do some die cutting. Of course, you knew that was going to happen, right? I'm going to take a second and turn off this ring light. It still is going to glow because it's plugged in and that's just what it does. But I want to show you this pretty paper. And it's really hard to see. Oh, sorry, that's loud. That's super loud. Sorry, that was so loud. This is the textured metallic paper. You can see the glow of the ring light, even though it's turned off, right? From the annual catalog. And it comes in 3 colors. We've got this pewter color that is a kind of a dark, smoky silver color. Almost got a little bit of a purple hue to it. So that's the pewter color. I think it's pewter. That's what I call it. This is a gold. It's a very bright yellow gold. But can you see that? Oh, can you see the texture on there? It's like little lines in the paper. That's where the word texture comes in. Maybe it shows better on this one. Ugh, does not play well with lights. And then we have this one, which is the copper. And that's, oh, and my pink shirt's reflecting in it. That doesn't help. And me, hi. So this is the copper paper, and that's the one we're going to use for our card, which is going to go beautifully with our copper clay, right? So we're going to go in here and we're going to cut a piece. We're going to cut a couple pieces, actually. So we need one piece that is 3 inches by 3 3/4. 3 inches by 3 3/4. That's to die cut a frame. Actually, a label, I should say. A label and a frame. We're doing both in one go. All right, so we've got that. And then we also need a little piece here. This is going to be 1.5 inches by 2. 1.5. Actually, let's go 2. This is a 3-inch piece, and we'll cut it in half at 1.5. I've got one for another project, right? Okay, and that might be a little generous. That's okay. All right, so we've got, do I have everything cut that I need? Oh, no, wait. Oh, goodness. All right, we have to do a greeting on our card, and we're going to use some Very Vanilla for that. So bear with me. I'm going to grab a scrap. I will show you how I store my scraps. I will show you all the things soon when I do my my tour here coming up. All right, this is going to be 1.5 by 3 for our label. Oh gosh, Susan, you didn't even get out the dice for that. All right, that's okay. It's all good. 1.5 by 3 for the label. I'm going to turn our. Ooh, do I want to turn that back on? I'm going to turn it on for right now. I might need to turn it off again. We'll see how we go. All right, I'm going to set the trimmer aside. So I'm so excited because I had some friends over today and they helped me. Yay. Let me show you what we did. This is really heavy. They helped me label all of my dies so that I can find stuff, and it's alphabetical. How amazing is that? So I got a new label making machine. It is just awesome. So what am I looking for? I am looking for, stalling because I can't remember the name of the dies. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Dang. Hang on. I just put it away too. All right, you guys are going to have to help me identify it because I cannot remember what it's called. And you guys will know probably in a heartbeat which one it is. And that's way faster than me thumbing through all these to try to find it. Some of them I don't even have on magnets yet. It's not in that one. Nope, it wasn't that one. Oh, shoot. All right, I'm going to show you guys and you can help me figure it out because and I'm going to kick myself when you guys tell me what it's called because I'll be like, oh yeah, I knew that. Ooh, this one's falling off. That's not good. Painted lavender was trying to escape. It's an escape vector. Okay. Yeah. No, it's not that either. Dang, Susan. Oh my gosh, you guys, seriously. Oh, found it. Oh, yes. It was under you. At the very end of the alphabet. Oh my gosh. Unbounded love. That's what I used. Okay, hang on. Let me tell you, that thing's heavy. All right. So yeah, you're right, Mary. The very last one. You know, Jody, I did think of stylish shapes. That was one I tried. All right. So we're going to pull this off. And we need that. Oh my gosh, you guys are so patient. Okay, let's grab our stamp out of here. All right, we're going to take this Autumn Expressions stamp set and we're going to stamp, "May the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy." For our friends that love autumn, we want them to have a lot of autumnal joy. Autumnal, that's a word, right? Sure it is. All right, so I'm going to put that on a very dirty block. I apologize. Don't look too closely at that block. Open up my copper clay ink here, and I'm going to take that piece of Very Vanilla. I can't. Oh gosh. Ruh-roh. Hang on. Don't stick your finger in the copper clay ink. Trust me on this one. Yeah. Okay. Well, I got most of it off. I don't think it'll rub off on anything. Gosh, we're off to a roaring good start here, friends. Just remembered we need another piece of vanilla too. So, all right, I was too lazy to actually put the the labels on the back of these. So my friends are coming back tomorrow. Maybe I'll have to have them help me with that. So we have, "May the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy." That's going to go on the front of our card. We're going to die cut that. And let's do some die cutting. Okay, that won't come off anything, right? All right, who has done that before? Who has stuck their finger right in the ink pad and then didn't realize it and then put their card down and got ink all over it? Because I have done that so many times. All right, so we're going to start by doing some embossing. All right, this is a new embossing folder. It is called Forever Plaid. And when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, do I need that? Yeah, I'll show you. It's super cool. So now this one is a lineal folder. So what I mean by that, it has lines, and if those lines are crooked, I'm gonna be cranky. So I like straight lines. So I'm just gonna take an extra second to make sure that my piece is mostly straight. And there's lines, so you can just line it up with a line, right? I put the name on here because I was like, I'm just having a bad day with names. I don't know why. All right, this is a 3D embossing folder, so we're going to use the number 4 specialty plate. So all we need is, oh, we don't need all this stuff, Susan. Hello, let's get that out of there. All right, so we need platform 1, and we need this folder. Now, this is one of the folders that is big, right? Can you see how big that is? Let me grab a standard folder. This is a regular folder. This one is a mega big folder, right? Bigger than a 6x6. It's big. So it's about the same size as the machine. So a couple tips for you when you're using these big folders. Now this came in super handy because I was doing a swap. So I was able to do a bigger piece of copper clay and then emboss the whole thing and cut it afterwards. So it was really, really convenient. That I had a big folder. This would be great for doing your holiday cards as well. You can run it this way, a long piece, and emboss the whole thing in one go. So a couple tips on these big folders. I like to line up the bottom edge of the folder with the bottom edge of my platform. I want to make sure that the spine or the edge of the folder, the part that bends, the folded edge is at the top, but you can see that I'm leaving a little gap there. And then I'm going to put the number 4 plate on, but it is going to be butted up with the end. So I have this little gap here. For me, with these bigger folders, it's easier for me to crank through if I leave it down a little bit. I also want to make sure it's perfectly lined up with the platform because it is almost the same size. And then we're going to just crank it through. If you leave that little bit at the top, it goes through very, very easily. If it's very hard to go through, it's probably because you had it up at the top. So try that little tip. So here we go. Let's check it. You guys ready? You guys ready? It's so pretty. It's so pretty. All right, here we go. That is the Forever Plaid embossing folder. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just super cool plaid lines. So it just adds a ton of texture. All right, so we've got our embossed piece. Let's do some die cutting. Set these pieces aside here. Okay, Linda, make sure I clean up my desk tonight after I'm all done with this video because I'm making a big old mess and I'm really trying to be good about cleaning up when I'm done. Linda's my accountability buddy and she has to keep me in check. It's not an easy job, friends. All right, so we've got our platform number 1, our number 2, which is what we use for when we use dies, plate number 3, an ugly scarred up one on the bottom, and then one on the top. Now I am using, gosh, I wish I had a nicer one up here, but I don't. So we're going to make do with this. Sometimes when you're cutting foils, you do need to be careful that you don't put a super scarred up one on the top because it will transfer over to your piece. All right, I'm grabbing the wrong dies. All right, so this one is our Unbounded Love die that I couldn't remember which one I used. How embarrassing is that? We're going to lay that onto our vanilla piece. I discovered that this Unbounded Love perfectly fits the frame with this set. So if you have this set or you're planning on getting this, so you might wonder how you can even get this set yet, because right now it is not out yet. It is out, however, for demonstrators or people who purchased the starter kit. So I've had a couple people this month that said, you know what, I don't want to wait. I'm going to go ahead and get the starter kit so I can get some of these new products. I'm going to cut this one separately, actually. So let's go ahead and just send that through. Here we go. So if you get this, just know that your Unbounded Love dies, this particular one, which is kind of like a dog tag shape, actually, perfectly fits this frame. So I'll show you that in a second here. All right, we got that popped out, and it even does just a nice edging, and there's even a little border Is that showing you guys? Yeah, that's showing a little border around the edge there. Super cute. All right, I'm going to just take a moment to put it back where it belongs on the magnet so we don't lose any more things. No more lost things. All right, this is the super cool stamp set. Now this frame is made where it can fold. And actually this side is a little bit smaller than this side, just a hair smaller. So just know that if you're doing a card like this, that you want to cut the picture part with the same side that you cut the frame so that they fit together. This is actually made to fold. You can make like a little purse. Really cute for a place setting for Thanksgiving or a dinner, autumn dinner, whatnot. And of course this chain. So we're going to cut this. Let's get it out. And we're also going to cut a little leafy stem here. So we're going to use this one this time. We used this one last time. We're going to use this one this time. I'm going to set that there. And let's grab this frame out. This little bit can go here between. We need to do that. We need to use the whole thing at some point, but not today. Today, we're going to use just half. So I'm going to put just half of it right here. Okay, I don't think that's going to go anywhere, but you know what? A sticky note is a little extra insurance, just in case. And then we're going to put this piece right here. Now this piece is what is it, Mary? Shout out to our moderator, our fabulous moderator, Mary Nass, always on the game here. This copper piece is 3 by 3 3/4. And then this one for our leaf happens to be 1.5 by 2. And it's plenty big. I probably could have gone a little bit shorter than that, but when you do that, then they move and you don't capture it all. So let's go ahead and put that on here. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, Mary is dropping these measurements in the live video. If you're not, no worries. I have them all typed up. And as long as you help me remember, I'll show them at the end. So I'm going to pull this forward because it's a little easier for me to crank if it's closer to me. Okay. Yay. So apparently some neighbors are having a leaf blower contest out there. So I apologize if you can hear that because my goodness, it's been going on all day long. I don't know how they have so many leaves. Maybe it's storm cleanup. That's probably what it is. All right. So that gave us this absolutely, hang on, let's shut this guy up again. This absolutely gorgeous copper textured label for our card. And see, look. See how that matches just beautifully? The curve of the tag fits right in. I know it's a little dark, but don't worry, I'll turn the light back on pretty soon. And then we have this this frame, which we got as a bonus when we cut the label. So heck yeah, we're going to use it. And then we have this. Oh, let's turn our light back on. Here we go. This cute little leafy stem deal. So I'm going to just wiggle these really delicate dies. Just wiggle the paper to get them out so that they don't rip on you. Okay, so I think we're set. Let's pop this away. And let's make our card. All right, we're still going to have to cut our inside piece, but that's okay. We can do that. So that would require some adhesive. Seriously. Oh, found it. Okay. This is my handy little adhesive holder. I also use it to hold a bunch of other stuff. This comes from the Country Hive. Super handy. My friend Ashley has this. Look, it even has a little slot where you can put your glue dots to feed out from. And it's made to hold the stamp and seal. How clever is that, right? This one where this is actually for multi-purpose liquid glue, which I have in another Stamp and Store, or another the Country Hive item, which is that cute little flower. All right, let's go ahead and put some adhesive on here. All right, there we go. Another sip of margarita. Yep. What could go wrong, right? All right, let's go ahead and stick our pretty I don't want to call it the wrong thing. Splendid Autumn, not Autumn Splendor paper on here. And then we have that cool embossed panel. We're going to stick that in place. One side's debossed, one side, which means the lines are kind of down in, and the other side is embossed or raised up. You can use whatever side you want. I like the raised up side. And I'm actually nestling this right next to my designer series paper. I'm not leaving a gap, but it's totally up to you how you want to do that. So we've got the front of our card, and then this is going to come into play here, and we can decide where we want it. So we can have the trunk showing and all of the trees, or we can kind of cover up the trunk and show more of the leaves. What do you guys think? Do you want it up here? Can you even see that? Why does it seem so dark all of a sudden? Did I turn that light back on, didn't I? Yep, I did. Okay. So do you want it near the top or near the bottom? Let me know in the comments, top or bottom. I'll know what you mean. While you're voting on that, I'm going to go ahead and stick this on with some dimensionals. Cover the trunk showing, more leaves, up, top. Top. I'm seeing more tops. Got some fresh dimensionals here. Oh, that makes me happy. Fresh dimensionals. All right, I'm seeing a few more top. So we're going to do it at the top because the other sample card I have that I made that I'm going to show you with this paper, I did it at the bottom. So this way you'll be able to see which one you like better. So we're going to peel off our little dimensional papers. And again, this Unbounded Love die just beautifully matches up with this cool label. Now, one of the cool things about these dies is they don't have to be fall, right? I mean, this frame could be used for anything. The leaves can be done in green, and then there are, you know, any time of year. So it doesn't have to just be fall. All right, and then we have our little doodah here. Our little leaves. We're going to have that poking out. So what did we decide, you guys? We decided to go at the top. So, I mean, I suppose the leaves could be coming out the bottom, but I kind of like them better at the top. So we're just going to do that. So I'm going to just stick them on here with a dimensional. So this dimensional is going to do double duty. It's two-sided sticky, of course. So it's going to hold this in place. It's also going to help stick my label to my card, right? So let's pull off a few more. There we go. Oh, let's put one more in the middle. Why not? There we go. And let's go ahead and stick this on. All right. Take this off and one more. Here we go. Okay. So you guys voted for top, so I'll put it up near the top here, like so. Beautiful, right? Now the inside of the card, I forgot to cut a piece for that. Easily remedied, right? Let me grab some Berry Vanilla. And we're going to cut this at 4 by 5 1/4. I don't use as much Berry Vanilla as I should. Do you guys see it? Which one do you prefer? Do you use more basic white or more Berry Vanilla? I definitely use more basic white, and I should try harder to use more vanilla, but I tend to use it a lot for fall cards, for sure. I don't know why. It just seems more autumn-ish to me. Use basic white. Basic white, Jody? Yeah. So I'm going to the Autumn Expression stamp set here. And okay, I should let you guys vote. No, we're going to use this one. Sorry, we're not voting. There are the font on this is just stellar, you guys. It's so pretty. Change can be beautiful. Grateful for you, and have a perfectly lovely day. We're going to do have a perfectly lovely day because that can be for anything, right? So we're going to go ahead and stamp have a perfectly lovely day right here, kind of towards the top-ish. All right, there we go. Now, you know what? I wasn't going to do this, but why not do a little, I love these wheat fronds. They're so cool. So let's pull that out. No label on the back yet because I can't be bothered. It's new ink, new stamps. They just need to get in the ink pad immediately. All right. Let's we are going to do it at the bottom edge though, so a scrap paper might be helpful. Found one. Yay. There we go. All right, so let's just tuck this under here. And okay. You know what, before I put this, you know what, I'm gonna attach our frame first. So our frame, we have this just as a bonus, right? We cut that label for the front. We also got the frame. So we're going to use the frame to frame our inside sentiment. I am just going to even up the little tabs here because I cut my piece a little bit bigger than I needed, just to make sure I didn't have an oops. And it even does a little, there's a little line right there, and I'm just trimming on that little line. And then it's all evened up. Not a big deal. You can totally skip that. So I'm going to add this before I add the wheat so I don't stamp the wheat too high. Now, one nice thing about these little tabs, yeah, you could cut those off completely, but they're super handy because they're the perfect size for a glue dot. So we're going to take a glue dot here. Sure we are, Susan. Oh, here we go. Found it. It was right in front of me. How did I not see? Oh my gosh. See how humid it is here, you guys? 80% humidity yesterday. It was 92 degrees with a feels like of 105. It was like you could wring water out of the air. It was so humid. And that's usually when you know a storm's going to be coming, right? And boy, did it ever storm. All right, we're going to pull this off. And now, if you did want to cut the tabs off, then you would use multi-purpose liquid glue. I am leaving them on, but of course, totally your choice. There we go. There we have our frame on the inside. And then we're going to just stamp a little bit of wheat down in the corner there, poking up, right? And let's go ahead and adhere this inside our card. And then we're just going to add a little bit of shine and bling to the front. And we are all done. And then I'll show you all the versions that I made with the different papers. This was the one that the majority voted for on the front of this card. And the measurements as well. All right, there we go. And let's go ahead and just slide some things out of the way. Okay, hang on. We need some bling. All right, hang on. Let's grab. Oh, they're getting a lot of use. Oh, I've got a few left. Phew. Okay, so these are the Neutrals adhesive backed sequins. They come in silver, but I'll tell you, it's really a great white, more than silver. I've used those up a long time ago, and they've got some more coming. Gold, and then this is a bronze. I think it's called brown on the packaging and on the website, but it's bronze because it is metallic. And then the copper. I did use the copper on this card. I had to take your pick tool. Seriously, in my hand 2 seconds ago. Who took it? Oh, it's here, isn't it? Oh, found it. It was under the stamp set, of course. So let's add just a little bit of some sequins here. So I have more little than big. So I'm going to put a little one right up here, kind of highlighting our leaf up on the edge there. And I'm going to put a big one right over here. And then one more little one right over here. All right, and there we have our card. So that's what it looks like with having it with the up at the top. I have exactly the same paper, exactly this, even this half, and I did it at the bottom. They both look nice, right? So totally your choice on which way you want to go there. And then here's what the other patterns look like that I chose for the swap, which all were an option for you to vote for. And I apologize. I know that the, let's go up a little bit so we can squish them all in here. that copper and the ring light don't always play nice. So those are the 4 different versions. So let's look at them up close. This is with the wheat, the field of wheat. And that one I did choose to put it down below. So I'm actually covering up a lot of the wheat because I really wanted this beautiful scene at the top. And I cut the down, trim down from the top, I believe, on this one. Can't remember for sure. And then this one, I put at the top because I wanted to cover up some of that sky and leave this pretty scenery here. And then this one, of course, same thing. Also put it near the top because I wanted to cover up skies to not cover up any of my scene. And then the one that we did tonight. So some up, some down. It totally depends on the pattern you're using, right? And what you want to cover up. Let's bring in our direction or our dimensions. That is the word, dimensions. On this copper clay card. There we go. If you want to take a screenshot, I can drop that down a skosh more so you can get a screenshot in there. You like top best. Again, it depends on your scene. So this is the bottom. That's the top. So it's, again, personal choice, right? I'm going to turn off that light, see if I just think you know what, I'm not, because if I turn it off, it's going to be too dark. All right, so hopefully you had a chance to take your screenshot. And then just a quick reminder that the Charming Channel pop-up cards will be on my blog very soon, very, very soon, including this one with this same Autumn Expressions bundle and the same Splendid Autumn Designer Series paper. You can see the wheat fronds in there. And this is the Charming Channel pop-up right here. Do you want to see the rest of them? I just love them so much. This one is with in basic beige, actually, and a new embossing folder. Can you see the trees embossed in the background? Super cool. Season of Elegance is the name of the suite. I had to look on the back to remind myself. Oh, I didn't show you the inside. Sorry. Here's the inside. Pops up. Squish, squish. So fun. So fun. A little surprise inside. Those 2 are vertical. This one is the horizontal version. With this one is the Nests of Winter designer paper and the what's they called Christmas labels, actually. And then inside I'd use the Country Bird House for a little pop-up. Super cute. More of that fun paper. And then another horizontal version here with the Season of Elegance paired with the Thoughtful Moments. And inside we have the Frosted Forest Dies, great masculine card, great for an anniversary too. I am missing one. Where's the other ones? Oh gosh. All right, well there's a Potions and Spells one somewhere too. This one is the one that people made that qualified, our wonderful Brown-Eyed Susan. Also, there are Black-Eyed Susans. They're all different variations of the Rudbeckia. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. That's the Latin word for this plant. I grew up in Iowa, and the Brown-Eyed Susans are everywhere, still are everywhere, here in Minnesota as well, in the prairies. And yeah, somewhere there's a Potions and Spells. It must have ended up downstairs. That's okay. You can check out the video on my channel. Wait, is it over here? Nope, I think it's downstairs. All right, let me flip the camera here. I've got a dog scratching at the door that's telling me, hey, it's time for me. Let's see. Let's go here. Hi, Marcy, come on in. You want to say hi? Okay, come here. Whoa. Mercy is here to say good night, everybody. Thank you so much for making and sending handmade cards. I appreciate all you do. She is really hoping there are no storms tonight because she is not a fan. We had a very rough night last night and a rough morning at 4:30 a.m. when it started all up again. So thank you all so much. Take care, and I'll be back on Saturday night at 7:30 Central Time with another video. And quick reminder, okay, Marcy, down you go. Quick reminder that if you want more creative ideas and project sheets, you can go to SueStampfield.com, click on subscribe, and you get my free project sheets. If you subscribe to my blog, you'll get the blog post about all of the Crafternoon goodies. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.